This is a story of the haunted golf club. It is a golf club that is located in what is now Huntsville, Alabama. It started out, it was called Willowbrook Country Club. It was co-founded by Dr. Warner von Braun. He was a rocket researcher, and he was one of the people that helped found the golf course. Since the golf course opened in the 1950s, it has been plagued by many mysteries and thought to be haunted. Some say there are some very sick people that come out on the golf course in the evening time. These flu victims are said to be the tormented souls from the 1918 flu outbreak that occurred. Some say they can see rats feeding off the bones of the flu victims in Willow Creek. There were also cases of people that were drinking themselves to death. There was supposedly some type of strange hippie cult that roamed around the community in the evening time. They were even thought at one point to be the ones that were responsible for the kidnapping and other things that may have happened to this young girl. Her name was Jane Whedon, and her father subsequently went missing around the time that Miss Whedon was kidnapped and assaulted. So they found Jane Whedon. Her wrists and feet had been bound up with pantyhose, and she had been drugged and taken advantage of. She was taken to a mental hospital, but she had no clear memory of what had happened because of the druggings. The last we know of her, she's been committed into a mental facility, and they haven't heard from her since. As for her father, he went missing at Willowbrook Country Club in 1969. They later changed the name of the country club to Valley Hill Country Club, trying to get away from all of the mystique and hauntings of Willowbrook Country Club, and they wanted to move forward with a new name, and they have not yet solved this missing person case. So, one of the problems they had with this failed investigation of this missing person at Willowbrook Country Club, which is now Valley Hill Country Club, is that they did find some skeletal remains, but they could never actually articulate whether it was one person's remains or a composite of a group of people's remains, because according to the autopsy report, it stated that the remains could have been a male at one point, and then it said, well, they could have been that of a female, and then at one point it said it could have been a black person. So they really don't know who, or if it was one person or a group of person remains that they found at the what is now the Valley Hill Country Club. But that was one major problem they could not overcome in their failed investigation of this missing person case. Still, there are others that say because of all of the chemical exposures in the area, that these rats have become very large cave rats, and that they have been known just to carry people off in their sleep at night and carry them away to their cave into a deep abyss, never to be seen from again. There is also the story of a great musician, and when he plays his harp, the sky opens out like there's a rocket in the sky, and They say that there's many people that are hypnotized by his music and they fall into a trance and they just follow him across the sky into another dimension and they just fade away into bliss, never to be seen again.